Hi, how are you? Welcome. Happy Saturday to you. I hope you're doing great. I have some bunny cutouts and I'm real excited about this one. I love this bunny. It's so cute. So let's hang out for a little while we put this thing together. I already pre-painted my bunny head with Storm Paste, okay? And I also pulled out this ballet slipper paint by Waverly for the ears and the nose. I have some guava paste here that I'm going to use for my carrot and for a few other little bits and bobs. And then I think we'll be ready to go. I also have a 16-inch round that I cut this morning, and I went ahead and I pre-painted that with Dune paste also. So let's see. Hey Melanie, how are you, love? Welcome. Let me grab, I do need a couple of Posca pens. I have paint all over, I have paste and paint and who knows what all over me. I'm a mess. Okay, here we go. So I already painted this one. I'm gonna go ahead and, let's see. I'll do the ears and the inside of the ears and the little nose real quick with this ballet slipper. What have I done here? I thought I've opened this before. I don't know why it's doing this to me, but let's get that out of here. Hey, Gwen. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Renee. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. All right, so using ballet slipper. I love this pink color. It's just perfect for this. To paint the insides of the ears. You can comment bunny to get the link to get this. I do still have a sale going on my Etsy through tomorrow. So grab the cutouts that you want at 30% off. Make sure you do that. Hey Lisa, how are you? Hi Marie, welcome. And all right, here we go. So tell me about your weekend plans. Are y'all going anywhere for Super Bowl? Are you going to watch the game? Are you not going to watch the game? I personally, y'all, we don't watch football here in this house. So we will not be watching the game. But I do want to watch the halftime show, however. So I need to figure out, I don't have cable. Hi, Shirley. Hey, Donna. Welcome. Hey, Michelle. So I need to figure out how I can even watch it without having cable. I don't know if I can stream it. Anybody know? Help me. Because I want, Usher is like obviously amazing. All right, so I'm going to use a little makeup sponge. I just put a little bit of water on it. And I already mixed up some of this guava paste. I'm making a mess here, y'all. And with just a little bit of water for my, let me see if I can move this around so that y'all can see what I'm doing here, because I noticed just now that you can't see it. So, oops. Let me put this over here so it can dry. Let me see. Where can I set that? All right. Move this around. So I have a little carrot, okay? And then I also have an H. So the carrot and the little carrot top are going to make the word hi. This is so cute. I love it. All right, so I have my hot glue gun already heating up. I'm ready to go. And here we go. All right, so just makeup sponge. I'm also going to do the H with guava. I think it's really cute for Easter colors. It's not quite a bright orange, but I kind of like it better. And it's kind of more of an Eastery, I don't know. I guess it's more springy to me, if that makes sense. I don't know, but hopefully this guava is orange enough to pass. Again, you can comment bunny. I am using the colors from the Everyday Home palette pack. So that's in the chalk link whenever you get the message from me. Along with the transfer that we're going to use, which is one of the ones from the new release. And I love it. It's a little bunny print. Okay, not watching the game. Very well. yeah, we don't have a huge interest in football here. And I don't care. Maybe if it was like the Houston Texans playing, I might be interested, but beyond that, don't care. All right. This is eucalyptus. Okay, I'm going to just get a little bit out of here. Probably should get this wet. For my little carrot top, I know this isn't, again, a typical green, but I think this is going to be great. It's kind of muted for spring colors. I don't know. I felt like I wanted more, like, not such bright popping, like grass green and bright pumpkin orange, you know? So we'll see how this goes for us. All right. I think we're good there. I think my ears and my nose are well painted and fine. Let me move this so that I can get it out of my way. I think my ears are probably good. The insides of the ears. So let me get rid of my paintbrush and dry all this so that I can take this up and wipe down my glass mat really quick, and then we can start putting this whole thing together. So literally like less than 30-minute project, super simple and not a big deal to paint, not a whole bunch of tiny little pieces, which I like. Makes it a lot easier to get everything, not only for me to cut and ship it, but also to paint it, because it's a bear to paint a bunch of tiny million pieces. All right, there we go. Just pull those off the tape. I'm gonna just take this and throw this away. This is just painter's tape that I use to stick my stuff down to. And as you can see, I've got paste and paint all over my glass mat, which is totally fine. I'm just gonna take a baby wipe, and it's still a little bit wet, but even if it were dried on here, I can take just a razor blade and scrape it, and it will just scrape right off. I love it. Then I don't have to use cardboard sheets. Unless if maybe I had like a giant, something I was painting that was real big, or if it's like a ton of pieces and they won't all fit on here, maybe I would still use a piece of cardboard, but pretty much using this exclusively now. So I do have some little eyeballs, and of course this thing's wet now, so it's not wanting to stick, but let's see if I can dry this thing off. There we go. All right, I'm gonna get it together one of these days. Hi, Andrew, how are you? All right, I'm gonna just use a paint pen to color the eyeballs. So much easier than getting a whole nother thing of paint out and all that stuff. And just for a small surface, say hi to Dozer. He's out there losing his mind again, probably a delivery. Amazon like stops by here 3 times a day, it feels like. All right, there we go. I'm just gonna set that up there so it can dry, and then I have my round, so I used Dune to paint the background on this, and I did do 2 coats. I just mixed a little bit of Dune, which is this paste color, with some water, and painted with a paintbrush. Hey, Laura, how are you? All right. So I want to make sure this is really good and dry. It looks like there's still a few wet spots. But the great thing about our paste is that you can mix it with water and use it as a paint for anything. And we have tons of colors. So it's really great. Then you don't have to have all those colors in paint. Although I still do have a ton of paint colors. But it gives you lots of options for different colors that you can use. Or you can also use that and coordinate with whatever transfer design you're using. If you want to use a similar color or the same family or whatever. That's why I love our palette packs. Because it's like a easy way. They put the colors all in there together for you. And tell you what goes good together. Now, if you're like me, which I have no idea what goes good together, I just kind of throw stuff together and I hope it sticks. That works great. So this is surface wax, by the way. I'm going to just use a little bit on my entire round. Okay, so I'm going to get some on my wax applicator and I'm just going to spread it over. Now, I don't want to go too heavy with this, but I do want to cover the entire surface because I don't want, whenever I put my transfer down, I don't want to peel up my paint that I put down, and this will help protect the surface, okay? Plus, whenever you have a brand new transfer like the one we're about to use, it's going to be super sticky, and that will just peel up your paint, so keep that in mind. All right, just moving all that over there so that I don't have anything sticking to my transfer whenever I put it down. So this is the transfer we're using. It is called I think it's like a bunny pattern, spring bunny pattern, okay? Look how cute. It's got little bunnies and flowers all over it. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I have my fuzzing cloth here, and I want to pull this off, and I don't want it to stick to itself. So I'm gonna pull it off a little at a time, and I'm going to transfer it right to my fuzzing cloth so that I can do two things, so that I can keep it from sticking to itself and so I can fuzz it, okay? So just like that, fold it over the fuzzing cloth, and now I don't have a problem that I'm gonna get it stuck to itself, hopefully. Okay, I still have been known to mess up and stick it to itself while it's like this, but way less likely. Less likely and a lower possibility. Okay, so I'm going to turn this to where the bunnies are facing up. And I'm going to just lay this down right over. Okay. I'm messing up here. Okay. I'm going to just lay it over my surface and remove it from the rest of the fuzzing cloth. Just like that. So that then I can take it and I can really stick it down really good. Okay, so I do have a little piece of something in there. So I'm gonna get my little tweezers and I'm gonna pull this up and just grab that. I don't know what that was, but it was big enough to, I could feel it underneath the transfer. So want to make sure that you don't have anything that's gonna cause the transfer to bleed. And you want to get a really good seal. Okay, so just like that, just make sure that you push down really well. And then we're going to use, this is Ocean Mist, another kind of muted spring color, not so bright, which if you want to use a different color palette, go for it. But I think this will be perfect. So I'm going to try and make this quick. And I'm going to do a little bit of a thicker layer than what I would normally do, because I'm going to have to cover this whole thing, and I don't want this to dry while I'm trying to cover the surface, okay? So I'm going to just leave a little bit thicker than I normally would. And you could obviously use a bigger squeegee, okay? But I don't have any in here right now. So I cleaned all of mine the other day, and now they're all in the other room on the thing because I completely forgot about them whenever I came in here today. So anywho, that's how my life is going these days. Forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. All right, so just going to spread that kind of thick over it, and then we'll go back in just a second and we'll thin it out and pick up any excess and then pull this up, okay? And that will help keep it from drying, okay? Now, you could do paste and peel on this, but this pattern is so close together. All the little different designs on it is so close together. I would struggle to be able to know where to peel it. So that's why I'm not recommending that here. Now, I'm just going to go back and scrape up all that excess paste. There's a lot here. And I didn't even pick that up. So let me see if I can't. Okay, there we go. Now, oh my gosh, that looks so pretty. It looks almost purple on this dune background. Y'all, this, I'm loving it. Okay, I'm going to throw that over there on my little dish mat. Oh my gosh. This is too cute. So comment the word bunny. Make sure that you grab this. I don't know how long this Easter stuff is going to last. As you all hopefully already know, Easter is at the end of March. So we're going to be there. I don't know what's happening. Time is going by so quickly. And this year is already flying. I mean, it felt like January was like 985 days. And then we're already almost halfway through February now. It's going to be Valentine's Day next week, if you can believe that. And Easter will be here before we know it. It's going to be hot in summertime. Like, what is happening? I don't know. Older I get, the faster time goes. I know that. So I want to make sure this is really, really dry. I do not want to have any wet paste spots at all, because I don't want to have any smudges or mess up this pattern. It is so stinking cute though. If you haven't grabbed this one, make sure that you get it. And you might want to get 2 of them. I think I'll probably wear this one out before Easter even gets here. Hi Alma, how are you, love? Welcome. Thanks for joining me on this Saturday. By the way, if you haven't done it yet, you're welcome to comment !notify to get messages whenever I go live, so that you know. You'll get a message right to Facebook Messenger, and it'll bring you right to my page whenever you click on the link. Okay, so there is our round. Isn't that super cute? Okay, so I'm liking that. All right, this is our little bunny head. Okay, now, okay, I don't know what I did. I got paste on my hand and then spread it. I don't know, y'all. I'm a mess. Okay, so I'm going to just, as always, lay this out. Make sure that it looks good, that I have all my pieces together. His little nose is going to go right here. Okay, and then his ear pieces, those go in there. Now, I probably shouldn't have. Good night. I don't know what I did, but I just got paste all over the place. I don't know why I put those in there already. I should have waited until I'm gluing, but there. I might have to touch that up here in a second, but it's fine. Everything is fine. All right, there we go. So that's super cute. I am loving this. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to glue down. Oh, well, crud. Let's see if I can get a new battery going here, right? That one already died. Let's put it back on the thing. So we're going to get his ear, nose glued down first. Okay. Luckily, it was still a little bit hot. Okay, get that going. And then take out his earpieces. And give that a good glue all over. Okay, I'm going to go up his ears too. And I'm going to be careful not to do it too much up on the ears so that it doesn't go squirting out of there. Along the edges, you know. Make it messy. Okay, so then, now we have our earpieces. This one goes in here. And then this one goes like that. Okay. And our high. Again, I'm going to be real careful not to do too much glue, but enough glue. And then we'll do our carrot. And then right in there like that. Perfect. We have little eyes for him that we colored a minute ago, remember? All right. And I need to figure out exactly where his eyes need to go. One of them is different size than the other one. It's kind of funny. He's a funny looking little bunny, but he sure is cute. All right, there's all that. And then, of course, I have a white Posca pen. We're going to go... just like that. All right. Now, I want to dry this pen before I flip this over because I don't want to smudge it, but we got to hang the hanger on the back of this. All right, I think we're good. Not quite. Okay. And then I always like to use my fuzzing cloth, and I dropped it a second ago, on my surface just so that I don't know. I'm always afraid I'm going to scuff my, my front of my thing whenever I flip it over. I don't think I will actually, but I'm always afraid I'm going to. Okay. So I have this thick jute that I like to use. Okay, it's just, I got it from Hoblob, and it comes with this little hanger. Okay, so what we're gonna do is this piece is gonna go down first. So let's just put that right up there in the center, and then a little bit of glue on the end of our piece of jute, and put that through. Tie a single knot. You don't need a double knot here. Okay, and then pull that through. And then a little, literally just like from the end of my glue gun, hardly even any glue on there, just to help it come together so that it's not fraying and stuff whenever you stick it through. And I like these to be shorter, okay? I don't want it to be, whenever my door opens and closes, for it to be slamming against my door or anything like that. So I prefer it to be just enough to hook on my little door hook that I have. Okay, and then tie it. Okay, then one more little snip, just like that. Clip off the ends of it. And then we're ready. So let me show you. So we have this piece in place. Okay, right at the top. So I'm going to just put glue in my little holes and on the top of the hanger. And I'm just going to slide those knots that I just tied right into that slot. Okay, so that it's like that. And then you have a little hanger there. Okay, let that dry before you go to pick it up. But that, my friends, is our little bunny. Look how cute. So if you love this, make sure that you comment bunny to get all the stuff to make it. And let me know in the comments if you love it. That is the live sign. If that's not going, then you're watching the replay, and that's totally fine too. You can still comment and get the stuff that I used, okay? I hope you all have a great weekend. Happy Super Bowl tomorrow, and I will see you later. Bye.